Welcome back. We're still plugging away at Rotten Tomatoes' top 200 horror movies of all time, and coming in today at number 190 from 2022 is Scream. Now, this is the fifth installment in the Scream franchise, and for whatever reason, they didn't call it Scream 5. But nonetheless, this movie currently has a critical consensus rating of 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. However, it has 82% from the audience. And it also has a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Now, the synopsis to Not Scream 5 goes as follows. 25 years after a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro, California, a new killer dons the ghost face mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past. Now, as per my rule, I did watch every prior installment in the franchise before watching this sequel, because I refuse to watch a sequel without watching everything that came before it in production order. And as always, I recommend that you watch this movie as well as the prior installments before watching this review, because yes, there are spoilers ahead. And as always, I'm not going to talk about the movie at great length. I'm just going to talk about the things I like and the things I dislike, my pros and qualms. So first off, my pros with this movie. Now, I will give Scream credit. I like this, and I like that Scream is trying to use technology to kind of change a story that we've heard before, but just make it a little bit different. So, for the most part, they've been doing an okay job with that.
Systems armed. All systems armed. Systems armed. All systems armed.
I really like this back and forth.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I prefer animated films and musicals.
Honestly, that's fantastic.
Stab me! What do you think? Trap.
I like that they didn't fall for it for a second.
You forgot the first rule of surviving a stab movie. Never answer the...
I'm bored.
Wait!
I really dig the Gail and Sydney no-nonsense crew.
That's for you.
Yes, there's nothing better in these movies than when a killer's methods get used against them.
I still prefer the Babadook.
Honestly, I think I speak for everybody here, but I love Jenna Ortega. She's fantastic. And now on to my qualms with this movie. Great, we're gonna have to worry about asthma at some point in this film.
What's your favorite scary movie?
The Babadook. It's an amazing meditation on motherhood and grief.
I don't want to say that you're being try-hardy with your pick, but the Babadook is definitely a try-hardy pick. Oh my god, just call 911 and answer the phone. Can't you do both at the same time? Even if you call 911 and don't say a word, they track your location and they have to visit because it could be a distress call.
You want a warm-up question?
I told you I don't know these movies! I don't ask me about something I do know. Ask me about It Follows. Ask me about Hereditary. Ask me about The Witch.
Where do we start here, boy? This is a who's who of pretentious critical horror. And honestly, I wish you would name fake horror movies, because we're expected to believe that Stab exists in the same universe as all these other movies that are actually real. And the more that they name drop Stab along with the names of real horror movies, the more it reminds me that this is a movie. Honestly, how is Ghostface always the weakest, clumsiest villain? I get that they're trying to make him like an everyday man, but this dude is always way more clumsy than the average person. Because judging by the video, unless they took it earlier, this probably is Richie then, right? So then how is Jenna Ortega easily overpowering Richie all over the place? See what I mean? He just gets pushed and then he hits his face off the counter? Come on.
My sister was attacked.
Attacked? Wouldn't you say stabbed or almost murdered? Because, yeah, being attacked is bad, but being stabbed and almost murdered is much worse.
You came? Of course I came.
Michael Scott.
Look at your hair. I like it. Do you have your extra inhaler?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Oh great, more asthma foreshadowing.
Where's Mom?
She's stuck at a conference in London. She called me earlier.
I know she's away on a trip or something, but if your daughter's almost murdered, I assume everybody in the world would probably come home. How do you vanish out of a car while someone's looking right at it? I understand the headlights were shining right at him, but we can still see around that. Alright, here's a question. How do all the Ghostface know how to do the blade wipe thing? Like, I feel like there's no way they would have any information about that.
With pleasure.
What? You didn't hear them talking 2 feet away from you in the same room? And even if it was the other one talking on the phone, how would they know the perfect timing to jump out?
He left that night. I'm the reason he left.
And it's entirely your fault.
1A is Rockefeller Plaza.
Good morning, I'm Gail Weathers.
Well, the guy who had the job and the girl is now the loser. Never seen this before.
At the hospital.
Okay, do I have to take this from Sam Elliott over here or what?
Nobody in the entire human race has ever compared David Arquette to Sam Elliott.
Have you talked to Gail lately?
No, not in a couple years.
I know things didn't end well with you guys.
If things didn't end well, isn't that kind of rude to ask?
How are things in the sheriff's business?
Whoever this killer's after, I'm glad they have you to protect them.
Boy, let's just really rub in that he's not the sheriff anymore. All conversation here.
Come here.
No offense, Stu, I have no intention of ever setting foot in that town again.
Well,
And God help anyone who slightly f***s with that special memory, who makes a movie they think disrespects it.
Jason Goes to Hell. Looking at you, Adam Marcus.
The new Halloween, Saw, Terminator, Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters.
I still really hate how everything exists as an example in this movie universe, and then there's Stab.
There is a killer on the loose. Are you gonna run away from who you are like you always do, or are you gonna use it?
Great, now Billy is so iconic that we have to turn him good?
This is Sheriff Hicks. I need units to converge on my house ASAP.
Copy that one.
Alright, so you're telling me in the amount of time it took him to dry off and get dressed and set the table and putz around that none of the cops that Hicks called made it to the house, first off. Second off, nobody saw this body just laying out in the open in broad daylight?
I left in the middle of the night, like a coward.
Why wouldn't you tell me that?
I mean, honestly, you kind of deserve it if you can't communicate properly and you just leave. Legitimate question, has a director or a filmmaker ever actually been to a hospital? Because they're busy as shit. Why are you just laying there just flopping around like a fish? Why don't you make some noise or do anything? F*** off. We're all just laying there watching him. There's 3 people here and we're not gonna do anything?
What? You have to shoot them in the head, or they always come back.
Dewey!
I do.
Oh my god, why not just go back quickly and just shoot them? Why does the elevator have to go? Why can't we just go in a group and shoot them quick? Oh my god, why? Why do you have to be alone?
But why didn't you come to me back then?
You were 8.
Fuck, where is it?
Where's what?
On my inhaler, I usually keep an extra one. Hey, Maddie. Over here.
If I ever get murdered and someone has a party and they put up big letters on the wall that says first so-and-so, I'm coming back from the grave to murder everybody. Maybe Sidney Prescott? That's not how call display works.
Look behind you.
Oh,
Randy, look behind you. Come on, man, turn around.
Now I know there's two different killers, but how does an IV stand knock you over, but then that doesn't?
We gotta go start staging the bodies.
You should probably kill them before staging it.
Be a part of something.
You killed my best friend!
Even in death, poor Dewey is friend-zoned.
Your story's over!
What is taking Sydney so long to help? She's got backed into a counter, like you're not knocked out. I don't think people are that flammable.
Sam!
Why are you chasing her? You're an arm's length away. Just shoot her.
Pop out of that closet in a ghost face mask?
No. Because you're the villain.
Billy can f*** off. Oh yeah, but in the hospital, the former sheriff can't hit a thing. So overall, I didn't mind Scream, but I mean, how much more can you do with the franchise? How many more times can we see like a little variance on the same story? Honestly, I wouldn't mind if they went the Jason Lives route and resurrected two of the killers from the past. But in all seriousness, I didn't really care for Sam, and I didn't really care for the whole Billy Vision flashback because it only happened a few times, and when it happened to be very conveniently placed or gave her convenient information to move along the plot. However, bringing Sydney back, and I mean Gale Weathers is always a welcome addition, and Jenna Ortega was fantastic as well. But for the most part, it's just another okay installment, and for that reason, I'm going to have to put it on my okay tier on my movie list. Now, do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there anything that I missed? Let me know down below. And as always, this is just my opinion, so thanks for watching.